But soft, what light through yonder barn doors breaks? It is the Newsish Roundup, and I am the fool. Arise, O fool, and bring us the news, brought to you by Northwest Furniture and Mattress, Ronde Hospital, Anything 2 Digital, and Eastern Oregon Network, Inc. It is the news, oh, it is the news. Parents, looking for somewhere to dump your kids during the week? Yes, I know you would never think such a thing about your kids. But if you do think such heinous thoughts, the Elgin Opera House is holding week-long summer camps which look like a stick and a bundle of fun for kiddos of every age. Every week, close to 100 kids descend on the Opera House to learn stage combat, dance, acting, and other theater activities. And Abigail Rash, EOU student and assistant director of the camp, said that the most important thing the kids learn is how to make friends and be social, which, let's be real, some of us had a lot of trouble with at that age.
Theater is a way for people to get out of their bubbles and out of their shells. Shells. Ew. And they get the opportunity to really develop as an individual and grow. And that being said, it's awesome when people do theater because while it has potential for future and what you might end up doing it the rest of your life, it's just a great way to meet a family that is there for you always and to really have lifelong friends that are awesome.
And as you can see by this B-roll, this ain't no chess club. It's a lot of fun, and having fun is important, said Abigail.
The fun is just because we love it so much. So honestly, the fun comes from our love of theater and acting and dancing and singing, spilling out on all of our campers. It's so much fun teaching the dance routines, which is what I do a lot during the day, and then watching stage combat, which behind me. It's so cool to see the kids really enjoying it and really loving what they're doing. So the fun just naturally comes with it. Yeah.
After the week of training, the kids take all of their new knowledge and get to participate in the Elgin Opera House production of Wizard of Oz. So, if you're interested in signing up your kids for the theater camp at the Opera House, visit their website and give them a call. And be sure to head out to Wizard of Oz and Catch Me If You Can, showing these next weekends at the Opera House. This title story was brought to you by Remember last week when I talked about B2H? Well, I got a couple things wrong and I want to correct them. First, I said it was B2H that stood for Boise to Hermiston. Well, it doesn't. It stands for Boardman to Hemingway. Also, I said the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission makes the final decision on where the line goes. Well, it's actually the Energy Facilities and Siting Council, or FSEC for short. Now, that all being said, I got much of this information from having further conversations on the subject this week. After last week's story, I got to sit down with, first, County Commissioner Donna Beveridge, the third Union County Commissioner that I hadn't talked with yet, and second, local attorney Brent Smith to talk about the legality of the issues surrounding B2H. The conversation with Donna was short and to the point. She really had her ducks in a row, and the bottom line of what she talked about was the best way to get your concerns heard about this project is to work with the county commissioners instead of against them.
But now we're just opening it to all of the public to come. We're trying to make it as, not every county does this. So we want to do that. That's our job as the local government, is to bring the people in and let them, voice their opinions and that kind of thing.
Sure. So really the best way of them getting their voices heard is to work with you guys.
That's correct. And the big thing is to remember that, public utilities like freeways, that kind of thing, it's kind of a public domain type thing. And so, but we still have a say in it.
Yeah.
And, we still care about our county and we need to stick up for our county. So.
Sure.
Even though that is true, we can do our part.
I also got to talk to local attorney Brent Smith about the legality of the government taking private property. An interesting fact, the eminent domain laws, which allow the government to take private property for public use, are actually written into the Constitution. What it says is essentially that the government can take private property for public use, but only if they offer them fair compensation. So for those people like me who have a little bit of an inward cringe at the idea of government taking private land for public use, unfortunately, it's been written right into our Constitution since day one. But that's okay, Brent said. The system that's in place is actually really biased towards the private landowner and them getting solid payment for their condemned property. The best thing people can do in this situation, he says, is to learn the system and use it to get what's theirs.
And I want to make sure the landowners in our area are educated about the process. And the most important thing is that the process itself favors the landowners. Mm-hmm. You know, it can be scary and people, I don't want to deal with this, I'll just take whatever they are. But you're not going to get into a big problem by engaging with that process, because the courts, the rules, they're set up so that you get paid every penny of the fair reduction in value of your property. And the rules are also set up that if Idaho Power is trying to give you less than what a jury later decides is fair value, well, they have to pay all your expenses too. So, you know, that means that you need to get it evaluated. You do need to have work with a lawyer and work with an appraiser, and you should get a better result.
The rest of these interviews, along with the Jack Howard and Steve McClure interviews, can be found in full on the Grande Live's Facebook page. Grand Ronde Hospital is starting a new program for pregnant mothers struggling with alcohol and drugs. The CHARM program will help struggling mothers with services like access to safe housing, baby necessities, transportation, and registration assistance with other support services. It's designed to help reduce the amount of fatalities and birth complications in the mothers who struggle with drugs and alcohol. Now, this program was spearheaded by nurse manager Jenny Gonzalez, who said that she, quote unquote, experiences firsthand the heartbreak of newborns addicted to drug and alcohol as they suffer withdrawals and are discharged to a potentially unsafe home environment. She understands these mothers need help and wants to help them. The program is not punitive and is more focused on helping the mothers and children than redressing the drug and alcohol problem and meting out consequences. The program does, though, offer services to help the mother get sober. And here's your upcoming events with Emily Adair from Go Magazine and Get Out and Go.
Hi, I'm Emily Adair from Go Magazine and the Observer newspaper.
And I'm Will Bowman from the Grande Live, and this is Get Out and Go.
Go Magazine is your calendar for events happening in Northeast Oregon. This week's magazine features the Bronze, Blues, and Brews in Joseph. The all-day music festival highlights some of the local bronze foundries and introduces Northeast Oregon to internationally known blues musicians. There will also be several microbrews and wines available for purchase. Sugar Ray Norcia is the primary headlining act, though several others are also considered headliners. Details about those musicians can be found in Go Magazine. The Bronze, Blues, and Brews also includes a showcase the night before the main event. The Ray Gordon Band will perform, and some of the main event performers will join the group in a jam session. Live music can also be heard at the Baker County Fair and the Union County Grassroots Festival. The county fair, among other family-friendly activities, will feature 3 concerts throughout the week. Brianna Renee, Jesse Lee, and Nate Botsford will each perform for free. During the Grassroots Festival in Union, the live music begins 11 a.m. and lasts all day. The Grassroots Festival also includes its annual car show, as well as a kiddie carnival and other children's activities. 2 additional musical performances are coming up in Baker City as well. A husband and wife duo travels together performing tributes to Patsy Cline and Elvis Presley. The Patsy Cline impersonation will be August 17th, and the Elvis Presley impersonation will be the following day. Go Magazine also looks at the Wallowa County Fly-In and Breakfast, a couple of community concerts, and a community dance. This week's issue also continues our Summer Kids calendar, which runs every 2 weeks. We're also announcing our expanded Eclipse edition for August 16th. Those details are available this week. For more information, grab a copy of this week's Go Magazine, which is a product of the Observer and Baker City Herald. We're also online at GoNortheastOregon.com, and you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. For more local content, check out LaGrandeLive.tv. Thanks for tuning in to Get Out and Go. A couple other events coming up. Union County CASA is hosting a carnival the weekend of the 19th. Court-appointed special advocates, or CASAs for short, are volunteers who are appointed to each child taken into state jurisdiction due to abuse and/or neglect. And CASA is holding a carnival to increase awareness of CASA and need for what they call superheroes to support the abused and neglected youth in our community.
It's scheduled for August 19th at Riverside Park in the Grande from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. So get on down there and have some fun and support CASA. Also, be sure to head on down to Riverside Park for the LeGrand Shakespeare Company's performances of Titus Andronicus happening Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, 7 p.m., free to the public. And that's your weekly Newsish Roundup. This roundup was brought to you by Northwest Furniture and Mattress, Grand Ronde Hospital, anythingtodigital.com, and EONI. Be sure to like and share this video and tune into LeGrandAlive.tv for more local content. I'm Will Bowman.